o tshwana le taemane le mo sekakeng ntira jwale ntlwaedi ka re gompiano ke tla ka mokete ke tshabile ntshwang ke re a le sone le raletse kgaong
Dumelang sanwonani sakue mapenduka sakue yeah. May you shine like the diamonds of Botswana yeah. Apula ilinele kamidupi sakue yeah. Tomudaseni Atibataneni, let us be one. Atibataneni, let's be one. Sakue yeah. Sakue yeah. May you dia yeah. Stimela se saku Stimela Sasakue Stimela Asia United
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the SACU Diamond Ensemble. Dumelang SACU, Dumelang Africa, Adi Tiranadi Chenchaneng, from Mbabane to Otamanzi to Tsikwane, and yes, Your Excellency, from Moshopa, all the way, including that young person in Siliza Primary School in Soweto. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the closing ceremony of the 7th SACU Summit of Heads of State and Government. And on this note, I have the privilege and honor of welcoming to the stage or to the podium the President of the Republic of Botswana and Chairperson of the SACU Summit, His Excellency Dr. Mokgweetsi Eric Gaborone Masisi. May we kindly rise.
Thank you very much. Kindly be seated. The Director of Ceremonies, Your Excellency President Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa, Honorable Dr. Mokgweetsi Majoro, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Lesotho, the Right Honorable Themba Masuku, the Deputy Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Eswatini, Honorable Limpumbu Shimi, the Minister of Finance of the Republic of Namibia, Honorable Ms. Peggy Unkutlule Serame, the Chairperson of the SACU Council of Ministers, Honorable Ministers here and members of the SACU Council of Ministers, Your Excellency Ms. Paulina Mbala Ilago, Executive Secretary of SACU, Honorable members, dear invited guests, members of the SACU Commission and other senior officials, officials of the SACU Secretariat, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon. It gives me enormous pleasure to address you once again as we conclude the proceedings of the 7th SACU Summit. The summit has successfully concluded its deliberations. I am pleased to inform you that the discussions were conducted in a frank and cordial manner, which enabled us to reach consensus on the key strategic issues of our agenda. I therefore thank you, members of the summit, for all the contributions made during the meeting, which certainly made my work so much easier as chairperson. I believe we have provided the Council of Ministers with the requisite and clear guidance on what needs to be done in advancing the SACU agenda. The 7th Summit considered the report from the SACU Council of Ministers on the Refocused Work Programme, which formed the basis for the adopted strategic plan for SACU for the period 2022 to 2027. The strategic plan focuses on industrialization through the development of regional value chains, investment attraction and export promotion, financing for industrialization, trade facilitation and logistics, as well as the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area. The summit commends the Council of Ministers on the development of the strategic plan, a key milestone on the SACU agenda. This was an intense process which entailed extensive stakeholder consultations that included the private sector and other key partners whose contributions shaped and informed the strategic pillars. We have also noted with appreciation the various interventions and initiatives that were undertaken to reach this point. This includes the sectoral roundtables that were convened in the priority sectors and the subsectors of leather and leather products, fruits and vegetables, meat and meat products, textiles and clothing, and cosmetics and essential oils. These sectors offer extensive opportunities for the development of regional value chains across SACU. Consequently, their development and investment potential were considered at the investment roundtable that was held in Gaborone, right here, on the 12th to the 13th of April 2022. The summit noted that while some areas have advanced, work still needs to be undertaken to actualize the outcomes of the interventions being undertaken. This will enable the region to realize its industrialization vision of becoming an industrial, investment, manufacturing, and innovation hub on the continent and beyond, and to take advantage of the opportunities presented by AfCFTA. Regional industrialization, investment, and export promotion will require substantial industrialization agenda and the trade facilitation and logistics program. Your Excellencies, the strategic plan for 2022 to 2027 sets out the direction that SACU will follow in the pursuit of its vision, mission, and strategic priorities over the next 5 years, and strategic interventions over the implementation period, their integration into the global economy through trade and investment. The summit has noted that OLA and the operationalization of the institutions set out in the SACU agreement of 2002 that have been deferred in the medium term. We have therefore endorsed that the medium-term review, the review of the organizational structure of the Secretariat are expedited in order to facilitate the implementation of the strategic plan. The summit has reaffirmed that the necessary resources will be availed to ensure a successful fruition of this process. You now have the strategic plan with clear goals, initiatives, activities, and timelines. All that remains is for you to execute these efficiently and optimally for the economic development of our region. Your Excellencies, this summit has also noted that Ms. Paulina Mbala Ilago, the ebullient Executive Secretary of SACU, Mozambique and the United Kingdom Economic Partnership Agreement, as well as the implementation of the EU SADC Economic Partnership Agreement and SACU EFTA Free Trade Area Agreement. The implementation of the SACU Customs Modernization Program is another successful key initiative that she was overseeing, including the recently adopted strategic plan for 2022-2027. I am pleased to note that SACU's visibility as a regional economic vehicle for industrialization has been enhanced through various engagements and initiatives continentally and beyond, including in our respective member states. The Secretariat has also successfully hosted the respective chairpersons of the SACU Summit at the headquarters in Windhoek, Namibia. Through this initiative, the chairpersons, myself included, were able to appreciate the operations of the organization, the challenges faced, and measures to address them through the respective institutions of SACU, as well as meeting the key resource of the organization, the staff of the Secretariat. Ms. Ilago, thank you. Siyabonga, obrigado, danki, sha, for all your hard work in getting us to where we are as an organization. May the good Lord bless you abundantly in your future endeavors. Your Excellencies, the Republic of Botswana's term as a chair of SACU ends on the 14th July 2022. I am honored to have served as a chairperson of the summit since the 15th July 2021, and it is my sincere hope that you were well facilitated at the different structures, being the Council of Ministers, SACU Commission, and all technical committees by my fellow Botswana assigned as chairpersons of these structures. In this regard, let me congratulate, in absentia but represented by none other than the Deputy Prime Minister, His Majesty King Mswati III, as the incoming chairperson of the SACU Summit. I also convey my good wishes to you and the people of the Kingdom of Eswatini for assuming this role. I pledge the Republic of Botswana's continued support to you as you steer us in this important role in SACU. We thank you all for accepting our invitation to Gaborone, Botswana, for the 7th SACU Summit, and wish you travel mercies as you depart to your respective destinations. But before I thank you, I must, on behalf of the leaders of SACU, give you, Ms. Ilago, a token of appreciation. I wish you to rise, remove your mask as we social distance. And as the lady takes the long walk to give me the gift, ooh, it's heavy. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Your Excellencies, let me first of all start by expressing my deep appreciation for your kind words and acknowledgement of my work and my contribution to this organization that I truly believe in and have been committed to since the day I joined on the 1st of April 2014. When I walked into the Secretariat, I told the team it was not April Fool's Day. It is real. I am here. I'm the new Executive Secretary. But it has been a journey, one that has had its own challenges, but also great satisfaction. And I would do this anytime to serve my people, my countries. That is not country, countries. I have learned since I joined SACU that I have ceased a Namibian. I speak on behalf of the region, and I have been committed to doing that. And most importantly, I was doing something that I'm truly passionate about. I'm passionate about regional integration, about African integration, and I believe that as Africans, we hold the key in the development of our own future. And that is something that I'm truly committed to, that I live by and will continue to work on. Let me therefore express my deep appreciation for your support over the years, not only Summit, but also the Council of Ministers, the Commission, all the colleagues that I've worked with over the years, but most importantly, the amazing and dedicated team of professionals at the SACU Secretariat who are so committed to their work and have made it easier for me to lead the organization because I had their support and worked with them very well. And I appreciate you, Team SACU. Let's continue to do what we do and to serve our people and to make sure that at the end of the day, as I always say, the men and women on this, who we actually represent and for who we do what we do, would ultimately benefit and enjoy the fruits of our work. Let me once again thank you and appreciate your excellencies and to the SACU community for the support that I've enjoyed over the years. I'm truly humbled and leave this organization knowing that we're in a good position and we have a clear agenda we need to take forward. Thank you very much.
We celebrate you, Madam Executive Secretary of the Southern African Customs Union Secretariat, Ms. Pauline M. Alago. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, in continuation of the celebration of the great leadership represented in this room, we welcome once more for the last time at the 7th SACU Summit closing ceremony, the SACU Diamond Ensemble. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause for the last time, the SACU Diamond Ensemble. On this note, I have the pleasure of welcoming to the podium the Deputy Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Eswatini, the Right Honorable Senator Themba Nhlanganiso Masuku, as he delivers the vote of thanks.
Your Excellency, Dr. Mokgweetsi Eric Gaborone, Masisi, President of the Republic of Botswana and Chairperson of SACU Summit. Your Excellency, Mr. Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa, President of the Republic of South Africa, the Right Honorable Dr. Mweketsi Majoro, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Lesotho. The Honorable Ministers of Council, Your Excellency Paulina Mbala Elako, Executive Secretary of SACU, the Honorable Shiumi, Minister for Finance, representing the President of the Republic of Namibia. Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished guests, members of the SACU Commission and other senior officials, officials of the SACU Secretariat, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe before I make the remarks, I just want to express our appreciation for the cultural dance. And I've just whispered to the president sitting next to me that maybe they should consider having a SACU cultural day. This way we can all display what we have in stock. South Africa, Namibia, Lesotho, Botswana, oh yes, Eswatini as well. On behalf of the SACU heads of state and government, and indeed on His Majesty's behalf, I'm pleased to deliver this vote of thanks on the occasion of the 7th SACU Summit. Let me also take this opportunity to convey most heartily our gratitude and appreciation to His Excellency President Masisi and the government and the people of the Republic of Botswana for warmly welcoming us to Gaborone for the 7th. I wish to thank my colleagues in the summit for the fruitful and strategic discussions today. We received a comprehensive report from the Council of Ministers, which confirmed that SACU, its vision to be an economic community with equitable and sustainable development, dedicated to the welfare of its people for a common future. We welcome the outcomes of the engagements on the work program that translated into the strategic plan for 2022-2027, presented to the summit, which will shape the focus of our organization in achieving its objectives. It is our hope that the region and our people will derive the economic benefits from the successful implementation of the strategic plan in the SACU member states. The government and the people of the Kingdom of Eswatini are honored to assume the chair of SACU with effect from 15th July 2022. On behalf of Maswati, we thank the SACU member states for bestowing this trust upon us, and we look forward to working closely with you during our tenure in order to successfully steer the implementation of the SACU agenda. In this regard, the vision of industrialization that has been adopted by SACU resonates well with Eswatini. This vision seeks to build a diversified, competitive, sustainable, and equitable industrial base that supports structural transformation and the economic integration of the SACU region. With this vision for industrialization, as well as the necessary support being provided on the implementation of our industrialization agenda, our goals are attainable. This will, however, require full commitment from all of us in order to deliver meaningful changes that will lead to prosperity of our region. At the same time, we should be cognizant of any significant global and continental developments which may adversely affect our economies. The effects of COVID-19 on our economies are still with us. However, through collaboration and strategic partnerships with the private sector and development partners, we will succeed as a region to resuscitate our economic development. Your Excellencies, President Masisi has ably facilitated our discussions today and provided excellent leadership to our organization during Botswana's tenure as the chair of SACU. We thank him for the wisdom and guidance that enabled us to reach the key milestones reported to the summit today. On our part, we pledge that the Kingdom of Eswatini will carry the baton diligently to build on the momentum of these achievements as we move to the implementation phase. We also wish to congratulate the Right Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Majoro, on his accession to the SACU Summit. We wish him and the people of the Kingdom of Lesotho successful national elections coming up in September 2022. Let me further convey to Ms. Paulina Mbala Elago, the Executive Secretary of SACU, our appreciation for her able and professional leadership at the Secretariat for the past 8 years. As her term comes to an end in October 2022, we acknowledge that she distinctly facilitated the operations of this organization during challenging times. However, she still managed to successfully coordinate the SACU member states in their quest to achieve the results that we all see today on behalf of the SACU work program. We thank you, Madam, for all your efforts and all you have done for this organization. We thank the honorable ministers, senior officials, and the Executive Secretary and her team at the SACU Secretariat for all the work undertaken in facilitating our meeting efficiently. Your Excellencies, on behalf of the government of and Emaswati, we are pleased on behalf of His Majesty to extend an invitation to Your Excellencies to the 8th SACU Summit to be held in Eswatini in June 2023. Ninebekunene siya nemukele Eswatini, and I thank you for your kind attention. Oops.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the close of the official closing ceremony of the 7th SACU Summit of Heads of State and/or Government, let me welcome the Executive Secretary of the SACU Secretariat, Ms. Pauline Mbala Elago, as she delivers the reading of the communique.
Thank you, Director of Proceedings. Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers and members of the SACU Council, Madam Chairperson of the SACU Council of Ministers, members of the Commission, invited guests, senior government officials here present, SACU Secretariat team, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to read the communique of the 7th Summit of SACU Heads of States or Government as adopted by Summit here in the city of Gaborone, Botswana, on the 30th of June, 2022, and I shall read it as adopted. Paragraph 1, the 7th Summit of Heads of State or Government of the Member States of the Southern African Customs Union, SACU, held on Thursday, 30th of June 2022 in Gaborone, the Republic of Botswana. His Excellency Dr. Mahwesi Eric Keabetswe Masisi, President of the Republic of Botswana, chaired the summit, which was attended by His Excellency Mr. Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa, President of the Republic of South Africa, the Right Honorable Dr. Mahwesi Majoro, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Lesotho, the Right Honorable Senator Temba Hlanganiso Masuku, Deputy Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Eswatini, and the Honorable Ipumbu Shimi, Minister of Finance of the Republic of Namibia, on behalf of His Excellency Dr. Hage Gottfried Geingob, President of the Republic of Namibia. Paragraph 3. The summit reflected on the current global developments, including the 12th WTO Ministerial Conference, Russia-Ukraine conflict, and the COVID-19 pandemic. In relation to the 12th WTO Ministerial Conference, MC12, the summit noted that important deals critical to the region were concluded. These include, number 1, an agreement that enables the production and supply of COVID-19 vaccine without the patent holder's authorization. Number 2, the discipline on illegal, unregulated, and unreported fishing that will protect the territorial waters of the SACU countries. Number 3, food security measures to mitigate against increase in food prices and food shortages. Number 4, the e-commerce work program aimed at setting a deadline for the moratorium on customs duty to secure support for digital industrialization for SACU and other African countries. And number 5, the WTO reforms that provide an opportunity to put forward additional policy space to promote African industrialization. The summit therefore applauded the African ministers for the decisive role they played to ensure that the WTO reaches a historical deal, in particular on the TRIPS waiver that would enable Africa to manufacture its own vaccines. Number 4, the summit also reflected on the current Russia-Ukraine conflict, which, if not resolved peacefully through dialogue and negotiations, can further affect the region. This will result in inflation surges, especially on food and fuel prices, and thus dimming the growth prospects of the already fragile economies. In light of these global developments and the easing of COVID-19 related restrictions in the region and globally, the summit undertook to remain resolute to implementing recovery programs that assist in rebuilding economic resilience, building on work already being done on analyzing the impact of COVID-19 to bring SACU economies back on a sustainable economic growth trajectory, including by prioritizing investments in edible oils and other agricultural value chains developments as a matter of urgency. Number 5, the summit therefore agreed that SACU should maximize the opportunities being presented by the emerging global developments and accelerate the implementation of the SACU industrialization program, which will result in increased productive capacity to reduce the reliance on imports, especially of food and fertilizer. The summit further agreed on the need to build greater internal reliance on industrial development and public financing to support growth. Number 6, the summit noted the SACU vision on industrialization, which, and I quote, which seeks, and I quote, to build a diversified, competitive, sustainable, and equitable industrial base that supports structural transformation and the economic integration of the SACU region, end of quote. Number 7, the summit endorsed the work program and priorities as follows. 1, industrialization through the development of regional value chains, investment attraction, and export promotion. Number 2, regional financing mechanisms. Number 3, trade facilitation and logistics, as well as number 5, the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area. Number 8, the summit considered a progress report from the Council of Ministers on the implementation of the SACU work program, which the Council of Ministers adopted at their 4th ministerial retreat held on the 21st September 2020. Number 9, furthermore, the summit endorsed the priority sectors as agro-processing, specifically leather and leather products, meat and meat products, and fruits and vegetables, textiles and clothing, pharmaceuticals, cosmetics and essential oils, automotive and mineral beneficiations. The summit further directed the Council to prioritize fertilizers, wheat, agrochemicals, and seed production as part of the ongoing work on agro-processing to deal with the existential challenges the region is faced with regard to food security. Number 10, the summit noted that a regional SACU investment roundtable was convened on the 12th to 13th of April 2022 in Gaborone, Botswana. The Investment Roundtable showcased investment opportunities in the agreed priority sectors across the SACU region in each member state by the respective national investment promotion agencies, featuring 36 investment projects. Additionally, the roundtable featured business-to-business engagement with the promoters of investment projects. Number 11, the summit also agreed that SACU trade facilitation and logistics program as a framework for collaboration in SACU, and that an operational plan is being developed to facilitate its implementation. This will include a detailed outline of projects, initiatives, and programs to be implemented. The program is underpinned by the following 6 pillars: A, customs cooperation; B, border coordination; C, behind the border measures; D, transport and logistics; E, support to the negotiations and the implementation of the trade agreements; and F, cross-cutting policy imperatives. Number 12, the summit reaffirmed SACU's commitment to the African Continental Free Trade Area and the importance of concluding SACU's tariff offer to the AfCFTA. The summit further emphasized the imperative of advancing industrialization in SACU and to fast-track work on the development of regional value chains to take advantage of the African market and beyond. This requires a systematic approach and practical steps to deepen the region's industrial base. Number 13, the summit commended the Council and the Secretariat for the development of the 5-year SACU Strategic Plan 2022 to 2027 that was approved by the Council of Ministers on the 2nd of June 2022. Number 14, the summit noted that the Kingdom of Eswatini will assume the chair of SACU effective from the 15th of July 2022 to the 14th of July 2023, taking over from the Republic of Botswana. Number 15, the summit further noted that the term of office of the Executive Secretary of SACU, Ms. Paulina M. Elago, will end in October 2022. The heads of states or government applauded and commended Ms. Elago, yours truly, for her leadership and achievement while at the helm of the Secretariat since April 2014, and wish her success in her future endeavors. Number 16, the summit commended His Excellency Dr. Mokgweetsi Eric Masisi, President of the Republic of Botswana, for the able leadership and guidance rendered during his term as the chair of summit. In the same vein, the summit congratulated His Majesty King Mswati III of the Kingdom of Eswatini on assuming chair as SACU from the 15th of July 2022. Done at GICC, Gaborone, Botswana, on this 30th June 2022. That is the communique as adopted by the heads of states. Thank you.
Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, distinguished guests, we have come to the end of the official closing ceremony of the 7th SACU Summit of Heads of State or Government. Let me take this opportunity to thank the Government of Botswana and the SACU Secretariat for entrusting this paramount program on the shoulders of a young woman, a young Botswana woman whom for a significant part of her childhood weekends spent it at the cattle post 230 kilometers away. This is a true testament of the commitment of the heads of state and of the heads of states of the SACU in empowering and presenting and providing an opportunity for all of those who reside in these member states. Ladies and gentlemen, on this note, you are notified that you are welcome and invited for lunch. There are protocol officers that will guide us to the various serving points. And on this note, may we kindly rise as we usher out the dignitaries, Your Excellencies, the head of states of the SACU summit this warm afternoon in the diamond capital of the world, Gaborone, Botswana. Ke a leboga. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the media is reminded that there will be a press conference